Hey, everybody. So, let's talk about escaping the matrix and how to do it basically. So, the first thing to do is to realize what the matrix is. And I don't know if you've ever watched the movie The Matrix, the 1999 version of it. So, there was this scene where Morpheus told Neo, he was explaining to Neo what the matrix is. And basically, he said, I'm not going to say a word for what he said because I honestly don't remember exactly everything. But what I took from it is that the Matrix is a prison that you can't see, taste, touch, smell, or hear. It's an invisible prison and it's there to trap your mind. It's basically a prison of the mind, of your mind. And it's this system that we're living in, this life, this world, this reality. And just that it's not what it seems and it's not what you think. And my definition of a prison of your mind is when your thoughts, your mind, it's heavily influenced by other people, especially media and society and other factors that are not you influencing your mind and therefore influencing how you act and your behaviors as well. And this can easily be done simply by just following the crowd, following what other people are doing, especially if it's a trend, especially if you see it if you see it being done on TV, and if celebrities are heavily promoting it, that's usually when you are actually not thinking for yourself and you're allowing what others are doing and what celebrities and the media, what they're showing is popular. You're adapting it without even knowing it. And that is actually my definition of when your mind is trapped, is imprisoned, you no longer belong to yourself. Now you're performing for other people, you're performing for society. And another way to escape the matrix is by questioning everything. Like, you question the world that you live in, your reality, things like the school system, TV, religion, celebrities, the news, anything that you're no longer trusting as the truth, or if you start to feel like maybe there's something wrong with this situation or what these people are doing, that's an opportunity to question everything so that you'll get the answers that you need deep down inside. And another way to escape the matrix is to go within for answers. When I say go within, I mean, for example, meditation, prayer. It could also be just, getting away from TV, getting away from movies and TV shows, these programs that are there to program your mind into believing what they want you to believe. And it will be a great exercise to get away from what you see, especially the news, and just spend time alone with your own thoughts. And I mentioned in a previous video that if you don't speak to yourself, your mind will speak to you and it will usually be negative. But sometimes when we're alone, we're in that isolation time, these thoughts just come to us. And for those who are spiritual, religious, it could be even God, the creator, speaking to you and just dropping a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge into your mind, especially regarding the things that you were thinking about for such a long time and the information that may not be available in books or on Google or something like that. It just comes to you naturally when you get away from all of these distractions, you get away from people who maybe they just want to gossip or people who care too much about pop culture, celebrities, and people who don't really reflect on the way this world is going, and things that make you want to think differently. Another way to escape the matrix is to surround yourself with like minded people. And this could be people in your real life, like your friends, family, peers, colleagues, or if there's no one in your real life that you feel is on the same level as you, that's on the same path as you can always invest time into finding social media influencers, especially YouTubers who talk about the things that you're interested, who who talk about what you're going through, and who are there to feed the hunger that you have for truth and knowledge and to get more wisdom about the way this life is going and what's happening to you, what's happening in your life, what's happening to the world. And what you will find, whether you have these people in real life and or online, you will find that there's a community of you who are going in the same way, in the same path of enlightenment or a spiritual awakening, because that's really what the matrix is a spiritual awakening. Like you're developing into a higher, more spiritual being. And I guess the main way in which to wake up from the matrix, to escape the matrix, and this is something that kicks off all the other points that I just talked about. Another reason is that you answer the call, you answer to your calling. And what your calling may look like is you develop this strong feeling that something is not right with the world, something is not right with the way we were brought up, our upbringing, something is not right with what we were taught in school, what we were taught at home. You know, something is just off. We no longer are blindly living this life. We start to question a lot of things, especially, for example, a 9 to 5 job. Like we're there at work for most of our lives with very little time for ourselves. And we just start to question and to see people in our lives differently. Like they could become more shallow for us to hang out with. Like they could be very superficial. You no longer have things in common. You want to discuss deeper issues or issues that people may label as weird, whereas it seems like these people are stuck at the life that they're at now, at the level that they're at now, and it's like you're leveling up in thinking, in emotions, and mentally, especially spiritually. And in the Matrix, in that movie, the ways the way in which the characters escaped the matrix, the system that they were in, that was heavily controlled, heavily influenced by the agents in the film. Basically they described it as they do the thinking for the people in the world. And to escape that world and into a more, I guess, truthful space, especially in the ship, the spaceship, or whatever it was that Morpheus, Neo, and Trinity and the rest of the people were on in the movie, the way to escape the Matrix was to answer the call. The phone would ring and they would pick up the phone, and as soon as they answered it, they were teleported and transported to a dimension or a realm that was outside of this reality that we live in or they lived in. So that is just a sure way to escape the matrix, to escape this reality that we're questioning, that we have been indoctrinated to believe everything about, to believe everything is truthful, the world is the way that it's supposed to be. You know, things like that. A way to escape that is to, I guess, to obey the feeling that you have inside that there's more to my life, there's more to this reality, and I can't, even though I can't put my finger on it, but the more I just follow my thoughts, the more truth will be revealed and the lies will be exposed, and I will receive the answers that I guess my spirit or my being has been begging to receive. And I guess the last way in which to escape the matrix would be, like I said, to trust yourself, to trust your instincts, to trust it when you start to get a red flag about a situation, about people that you're hanging around, people that you used to hang around, including family members. You just get a red flag about the world and what they portray it to be, especially when you start to find out the truth about certain things, and it doesn't match up with what you've known to be a lie all along, if that makes sense. And all of these points that I mentioned, it can just be summed up, concluded as a spiritual awakening. When you start to become conscious in a way, you start to become conscious of the world you're living in, the reality that you're in now, and you start to look at it in a different way that you never looked at it before. That is a sure sign that you're about to level up in your life, in the person that you're becoming. And it's not something to shy away from, because if you don't face what your spirit is telling you, what your instincts are trying to show you, those feelings that something isn't right, the feelings will get stronger and stronger, to the point where you won't be able to ignore it for long. And so that was just me sharing what it's like to go through a spiritual awakening, especially when you hear people, whether it's in real life or on YouTube or in the media, talking about escaping the matrix and how to do it. That's basically what I explained in this video. And as always, I hope that it was encouraging and you got something very beneficial and important from it. So that's it for today. And have a great rest of your Monday, guys. Bye.